Yo, this isn't my typical 90 Day Fiance videos. Normally I react to those. I kind of ran out. So I'm going to be doing a reaction to the Jubilee video that dropped yesterday. Well, it depends when you're watching this, but for me it's yesterday. Whose body is most attractive? Could be interesting, right? Body attraction is something that's completely subjective, and it's things fall in and out of fashion all the time. Like I think back in the day, right? Like being overweight was like, hey, that guy's got it going on. Because if you're overweight, that means you could eat. And if you could eat, that means you had some money. But unfortunately, like food is, food that, like junk food is readily accessible. And that's not really as much of a flex, which is such a bummer. Because I feel like I've been getting a little belly lately. And, you know, if I had my shape back then, they might be like, hey, you know, that guy, you know, he's kind of, you know, he's kind of got something going on, you know, maybe his pockets are getting a little fatter, you know, who knows? But anyways, sorry, already starting off wrong. This is like the longest video I've reacted to, so hopefully it goes okay. Apparently it's gonna be super long based off how I'm doing so far. Let's see it. Let's just jump right in.
I see particular body type on the internet or in the media, and I know that like, I want that, so I work for that.
Like when you see on social
He said he records that?
media and stuff, it's just kind of like very glamorized.
Growing up, I thought like, okay, if I want to be attractive, I have to have like six packs.
So I feel like I would be ranked last just because I don't
It's kind of what we've been fed,
fit
right?
that type of standard.
I mean, you just get a bunch of like random dudes in a room and be like, just go out in your underwear. You expect it to be really weird and awkward.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about their bodies. Whose body is the most attractive? And here are our bodies. Right off the bat, like there's different strokes for different folks, especially now. Like I know I said people come in, like trends come in and out of fashion all the time. But like now with the internet, I feel like you could just get into whatever kind of thing you want to get into. And you could find plenty of people just like you. You can find your tribe, you know what I'm saying? So if you like the dude in the middle, you can have your, you know, you can get into that. If you like your dude on the left, you can get into that too. If you like your dude on the right, you can get like, it doesn't matter what it is. I feel like, more so now than ever, probably, is attraction, like whose body you would find attractive. It's like less uniform than it's ever been, if that makes sense. Like everybody likes different stuff now. Right? I'm spitting facts, right?
For this episode, we're actually going to reveal the audience ranking first.
Okay. Surprise.
Let's see how much people hate us right now.
Ariel, why don't you switch with Omari?
Wait. So people,
Avi, switch with Eric.
I'm a little off. People voted.
Avi, switch with Omari. Albert, switch with Omari.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Right, he's right. I think that's
And Albert.
on the right, like the most conventionally as uniform as you can be. I know I just finished talking about how like it's not really uniform, right? Not everybody likes the same thing, but you know, fit, buff.
And this is how the world has voted most attractive body.
Interesting.
I totally understand the audience ranking because if you're looking at
Dude's eating a banana. I dig that. I eat a lot of bananas
just
myself.
physicality, not even knowing our personalities or who we are, of course we're gonna have, you know, sexy six pack over here.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You know, me over here. Why not? I think Latinos are hella sexy, so I don't get why we're.
To be fair, everyone is. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone is sexy. Yeah, I said it.
Over here. Come on, guys. But I respect this. I like it. How do y'all feel?
I'm comfortable, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's hard for me to really judge on it. I guess the audience has voted.
Yeah, I mean, like, off the most basic thing of like, oh, who would be stereotypically attractive? Like, you literally have like your most fit guys on the right side, and then the dude in the middle is like, you know, he's skinny, but he's not fit. So like, he's in the middle, and then this is like where I would fall in over here. We have our dudes who are like, you know.
I was expected to be probably
Not as fit
more
as those
down
guys.
the line, maybe like 3 or 4. Growing up, I was always like, you know, told like,
It's a cool shirt.
hey man, you look like a twig or you're very skinny.
I feel like it's pretty okay to feel comfortable when you're the two slut, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, no, this is fun. The second hottest in
What do
the
you say? You gotta catch that.
Growing up, I was always like, you know, told like, hey man, you look like a twig or you're very skinny.
I used to hear that too. Not anymore.
think it's pretty okay to feel comfortable when you're the 2 slut, though. You know what I mean? Oh, no, this is fine. I'm the second hottest in the room.
yeah, of course. I was gonna say that too. That's what I was thinking. It's like I'm chill with where I'm at, but he's like literally on the towards the top of the
I
leaderboard.
guess I'm okay with it.
It's funny.
I think it
I like how he brought that up.
makes sense
It's a comfortable man.
the way that like I think people generally view the world just based on like what you see in the media, social media, or whatever. Do I think that it makes sense for anyone as an individual? Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'm not shocked because I mean when I
What you see in the media, social media.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's gonna be a lot of rewinding here. So like, if you're not down for that, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm the second hottest in the room. I guess I'm okay with it.
I think it makes sense for the way that like I think people generally view the world just based
Yeah.
on like what you see in the media, social media.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Do I think that it makes sense for anyone as an individual? Not necessarily.
Right. Amari knows what's up.
I'm not shocked because I mean when I was younger growing up, that's exactly the body type that I wanted to look like. My whole life
Yeah.
I like compare myself to that, so I think it's expected. So I'm not like surprised, but
Ariel seems like a cool ass
I
dude.
did have a little bit more hope.
Now they must rearrange the ranking based on how they view their own body types and attraction.
I want to do this ranking, and then it's all up to you guys. And as you're talking, feel free to move each other around as much as you want.
How do you feel about being like in the middle? Do you feel like you should be?
To what was said earlier, like, I just want to comment on this. Like, I feel like there are people, women, men, people who don't identify, that would, either one of these guys would be their hottest guy. You know what I'm saying?
Farther ahead?
Actually,
Like that, I feel like I can say that with 100% certainty.
shocked because growing up and stuff, like my mom always told me that like, you'd be more attractive if you gained a little bit more weight. That's
It's kind of messed
why
up, no?
I thought that I would be last just because that society probably just thinks that skinny guys don't deserve love. But I feel like they do though.
You do. We love it.
When I was a child,
Am I saying it right? I would say Jubilee always has like the coolest people on, it seems.
I always compare myself to like these older and attractive
Like, how do they find people that are just so open and honest and in tune with themselves, you know?
men that had abs and that had chests. I didn't even know like what I was watching, but I was kind of like just intrigued that I wanted to be that already.
Like for me, I'm not sure how old everyone is, but I grew up in the whole like Abercrombie and Fitch era. Like, you walk,
Yeah, that was a thing. That's funny.
and it's like six pack.
I can smell the Hollister and Abercrombie from where I'm sitting now. Look at that. Those dudes are jacked
I
and
was like-
ripped and perfect teeth, both of them. Like,
on
come
the
on.
wall. Like I'm not gonna lie, like
Like the dude who wore like that dude. He's jacked and has perfect teeth.
that motivated me. Like I wanted that growing up. Do you? Any of you guys think it's wrong to want to look like another body type?
Yes.
Is it wrong to look like another body type?
Because I feel I had a similar, thing to you where I used to be.
And also, like, things change, like, at least for me personally, sometimes I'm like, I should look like this, or maybe I should look like that. And sometimes I'm just like, screw it. Like, I'm cool. Like, I look good however I am,
Roughly like 110 pounds.
I'm human,
And I remember people treating me a certain way. Dating was very tough. People didn't want to, date the
Oh, I
type
gotta hear this
was.
again. Sorry.
Where I used to be, roughly like 110 pounds bigger. And I remember people treating me a certain way. Dating was very tough. People didn't want to.
This is good insight because he's been on I guess you can say different sides of this.
Date the type I was. And then I lose all this weight and I start getting treated differently. And it really showed me like I was the same person and I wanted so bad to look like a certain type and lose a certain amount of weight. But at the end of the day, like I was like,
Crazy, right? I guess that's like the unfortunate part of how human nature can be sometimes. Is like he's getting treated differently because of his weight, even though he's the same dude. So let's try to take something away from this. Let's try to make a conscientious effort, everyone watching this, to like not do that as much as possible. Like, just be a nice person to everybody. And I'm sure you are, but like there's subconscious biases, I'm sure. And let's just try to be a little bit more aware to
kind of hate the way society's treating me as a smaller person.
Well, that's definitely an interesting answer, but me personally, like if I were to answer that question, I think it's fine to want a certain body type, because for me, I just use it as fuel, like motivation. Like I'm just gonna try.
Yeah, I can see that aspect of it too, so long as it doesn't come in the way of loving yourself, like right now, you know?
As much.
Because it doesn't matter where you are or how you are, like you are beautiful. No matter where you're at, you know?
As I can to get to that point.
And I know people, and I know people are like, there's a lot of people who are against, like, oh, you can't be beautiful at every size or whatever. I personally think that's a BS, right? There's a lot of other things attached to it. Like people be like, oh yeah, but health and this and that and third. Yes, of course. But just because but I feel like the same energy is not applied to people who are skinny, because people would assume just because you're skinny, you're totally healthy. And that's also not the case. Just because you're anything doesn't mean you're healthy. You know what I mean? I know people who are like super buff and had six packs, and you'd think like they're super healthy, but they smoke a lot, for example. And like, that's not healthy, right? And their cardio and their lungs are probably suffering for it. So yeah, I don't know. Just thoughts. Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet.
I think for
Watch
me, it's
the
like there's a
video.
difference between it being like a motivator, something you love, something you're passionate about, and something that can like deeply consume you into like a dark hole. And it's going to that dark hole where like check yourself.
That right
Do
there.
you guys ever like get any like criticism, or is it a lot of like self-criticism? Because sometimes your own thoughts can like sabotage you.
I think a lot of it for me is self-criticism. Like, I know I'm ranked all the way over here, but like when I look in the mirror, I still see like 5 things, 10 things I don't like about myself, and that I still
Wow.
need to change it
Wow, I'm shocked. What do you mean, bruh?
myself.
Yeah.
So a lot of it
Like there's so many people that would kill to look like this guy here.
really is self.
And even he has certain issues with how he looks, which tells us this is just kind of, it doesn't matter how far you progress or whatever. Like it has to do with, like how I said earlier, like you got to love yourself for how you are, what you are right now, you know, because it's not going to go away. Like you think you like, and it's normal, right? Like you think, if I can get to this, if I can get to this weight, if I can get that six pack, if I can get those arms, whatever, I'm going to love myself. But that's not how it
Those
works.
definitely-
Obviously, if he's having issues, guys, it comes from within.
Influenced by the people around you. So I still have work to do myself.
Absolutely. I feel like that's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
But also surrounding yourself with individuals who like want the best for you is also good.
After I worked
That's huge.
out, so I'm like, wow, I look like the sexiest, hottest.
There we
person on
go.
this
Let's hear this back.
Always gonna be there.
Yeah.
But also surrounding yourself with individuals who like want the best for you is also good.
After I work out, so I'm like, wow, I look like the sexiest, hottest person on this earth right
There we
now.
go.
You are the
I
sexiest.
I could like really date myself if I want to, but then I'm not gonna, just because like I would want to give other people the chance. But then like,
Put this guy in first position.
but then like when I look back on it, like sometimes I do like have like my low days where I'm like, I look like the trashiest rat in the garbage.
For me personally, a lot of like my criticism was like projected by other people. I was plus size my whole life, so I would get made fun of in like elementary and stuff like that. They would call me like Ariel the Little Big Mermaid and stuff like that.
Let's
Oh,
see
like
what I got. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. They did. Yeah, elementary school kids are they can be mean.
it smells or like this kid. Somebody farted. It was definitely this kid. Like I think I carry that a
Oh wow.
lot throughout my life, and like I definitely want to like get healthy, but it's no longer about like being a certain body type. And you know, when I lost 120 pounds, the first thing, one of my idols, like somebody that I really idolized in my life, the first thing that I heard is like, oh, you looked better when you were fatter. So it's like you can never please anybody.
Yeah.
So you just
Yeah, that's a huge one. And like not even just with how you look or weight or whatever, but like with anything you do. I feel like if you try to please everyone, that's a saying, right? If you try to please everyone, you're gonna please no one. And like that's and like people change. Opinions change all the time. Like the dude in the middle, like, oh, you're too skinny, you look better if you ate more. And then what if he does or gain weight? And what if he does gain weight and then like the same person who was telling him that he would look better if he gained weight was like, oh, you actually look better before. That's why you got to focus on whatever makes you the most happy, right? You got to focus on whatever makes you the most happy, because people's opinions can be finicky and you got to live with yourself, right? So if you're changing how you are or what you do or what you look like for somebody else, you might not be happy, and their opinion could change and totally be like Never mind. So it just doesn't make any sense to try to please people, you know?
Like, yeah, you just gotta live for yourself and like do what makes you happy and
Yeah.
however you feel best. Just the motto. So.
Yes.
I'm very open to being placed anywhere. I don't know which side to go on, so I might as well just put myself.
This is the
in
awkward part,
position
right?
three.
Because like, you know, trying to like rank each other.
Just be in the middle, maybe.
If we're ranking each other in terms of attractiveness, I'm gonna go with the people who I feel energy-wise, who I think I'd be most attractive to in like a hangout scenario.
There you go.
Like, who can I vibe with? He's like,
All these guys seem pretty
we
cool.
can hang. We were talking earlier. So I'd put you guys more ahead because I think in a friendship I'd be like more attracted to like go to beer with you guys, hang out.
But you, on the other hand, your personality is whack.
You seem really cool, but I think I'd put you at third.
But yeah, those the two guys he pointed out do seem like they all seem like cool guys.
And then I am not in college anymore, and I don't remember what that was like. I don't know if we could have a ton of stuff to get along with, but I'd put you at 4, and I hate hanging out alone, so I'm going to 5.
Oh, this is tough. Eric, I think you're an awesome dude. I definitely think you should be over here. You've been like open and warm and like a fun bro.
So nice.
What spot would you put me in?
Such cool
Who are you
guys.
switching?
Amari, I think you've been in the first position for a while.
I'm more than happy to.
Put you number 1.
Oh my God.
Put you number 2.
Oh.
Look at these, just some sweet guys here.
And then one more. All right. What's up here? Oh, this is weird.
Talking like non-physically, I think personality-wise, there are definitely people in this group that I think, you know, much more.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, you can do this or that, or change what you dress or what you look like, but you know, you still got to be a person, and that's still what's most important, right? Am I right? Can I get a hell yeah? I know you did it. If you didn't do it, you thought it.
Open and outgoing in a way that like I wish that I could be. A lot of my confidence is rooted in my physical appearance, and I will be very honest with that.
See, that's dangerous, though. I mean, I get it. The dude's jacked, but that's dangerous because you can go through a hard time. You know, you can either lose weight or gain a bunch of weight. Anything can happen. You're going to get older, and you're not going to look as hot unless you know your people are into older people, and that's a thing too. That's what I'm saying. It's different strokes for different folks. And there's a lot of different folks. But if you tie your confidence to how you look now, your confidence is going to do this and eventually just do this because you're going to get old, wrinkly, saggy, and you're going to die. But before you die, if you're totally like sucked in, like confidence tied to your looks, you're going to feel bad about yourself because, hey, we age. Just what we do.
I'm actually gonna go to a 3. Avi, I think I will put you at a 1. Eric at a 2. And then Ariel at a 4.
I'll put myself last just because I feel like I'm more like laid back and reserved, and like I don't
But that's
really, like,
cool too.
take the initiative as much, and I don't really kind of like show my personality like to kind of like random people.
No, he seems really cool.
Avi, I put you as 4 just because your number 4 is just your vibe, your spot. Here.
What?
That is the nicest way to be like, you're
Got a
at
4 vibe, bro.
This is your energy.
And then I would actually have Omari be 3. Just because like you kind of feel like the neutral stance of like being like introvert but also extrovert too. But also because like you kind of stand the ground between the skinnies and also the thickies as well.
Dude, he's a cool guy. that guy does not give himself nearly enough credit.
I would actually put Ariel at number 2. Eric, you're number 1 just because like you embrace like your body no matter like what anyone
That's
else
cool.
thinks. And I feel like that's the type of like mentality I want to have no matter what.
I loved that. That was,
That's cool.
that was great. I feel so warm.
What a good group of guys.
Any last changes?
I'm stoked about this. I'm totally okay with this lineup. I won't say no.
That's cool. Jubilee, man. But see, the thing is, too, like, the audience just ranked them on physical appearance. And it went from, like, a totally ripped dude to, like, a dude who's not skinny. He looks fit. and then you got a skinny dude, and then you got a dude who's just like, the average Joe. And then you got a bigger dude. That's like the stereo. The audience let me down, man. But I guess that's the average, right? Like I said, I still believe there's people out there who would have any of these guys as number one. But the average is going to average out to something like this. And then they rank themselves kind of like based on personality, I guess, which wasn't the task, gentlemen. But you guys are a bunch of cool dudes. And that does come into play with everything in life, right? With, dating or jobs or relationships.
Based off
Your
of
personality is huge.
how well I got to know each and every one of them, in that sense, I do feel like it was a good fit. I don't know. It's hard.
I acknowledge that attractiveness isn't only physical. A lot of it has to do with personality, how you interact with other people, how you make them feel.
Yeah.
I know that there are things that I want to work on.
And even
which is why
physical, like I said. Everybody ranges depending on what, their preferences or whatever. And then those things change too. So it's like, again, to just double down on that other point of like, don't change or do whatever for somebody else. If you want to change for yourself, that's cool too. And do that. But like, people's opinions fluctuate all the time. So make yourself happy.
ranked myself at a 3, but then there are other people who I felt outshined me.
So I think the most beautiful thing is just, it's your uniqueness. So just own it. This is what you have. This is what you have to work with. And
Hell yeah, brother.
nobody else like you.
That's right.
I would say YOLO. It's YOLO,
Dude, I like that guy. That dude, man.
Be kind to
He's
yourself
unassuming, but
and what anyone else thinks, really.
yeah. I want to be that dude's friend. That's cool. Anyway, Jubilee just killed it again. Like they always kill it with like getting like just people, like I said, who are in tune with themselves, pretty relatable, who are open and not scared to be vulnerable. Like, how do they just always do that? And the videos are always pretty cool. So that was that. This is my first time watching or reacting to one of these videos. So if you like that, don't forget to like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Let me know if you want to see that, because typically I've been doing like 90 Day Fiance videos because I do have an interest in that. But like, I like this stuff too. This is cool too. But yeah, at the end of the day, just love yourself where you're at right now. Enjoy the process, the journey, whatever it is that you're doing. Just love yourself. So corny, but so true at the same time. Sorry for the corniness. But yeah, I feel like I had more to say. But whatever, we can leave it at that. If you like the video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more, subscribe. Later, Gators. Peace.